out there? Pat here from Tour Physio Performance, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about our hip flexors. So, are you someone that sits down at the desk all day, or you tend to just feel really tight in the front of your hips here? Maybe it's tough for you to stand all the way up and fully extend. Maybe when you squeeze your butt and you extend, you feel some real tightness in the front. Well, I have a couple different stretches that I'm going to go through today to try to get you some freedom in those, because it's important for us to be able to extend those hips as we come through the ball. I know people always talk about you don't want to early extend in the golf swing, but there is an aspect of extension of your hips that's blended with rotation as we go down through the ball. So if you're limited in those hip flexors, it's going to be hard for us to utilize our hips as good as we possibly can. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get you down in a half kneeling position. We're going to go foot directly in front. What we're going to do here, hands on the hips. I want you to drive your hips forward. As you drive those hips forward, you're going to feel a stretch here in this hip flexor. You're going to come out of it. So you're going to go through 5 to the front. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take our foot out to about a 45-degree angle. Same thing, pushing into that. A little more stretch there. Once I get through 5 there, leg goes out to the side, and we're going to go 5 here. Just getting a little bit different as you go to the side where you might feel a little bit more groin, but it's okay. As we're driving forward, we're still getting a stretch out of that hip flexor. The other really good option that we can work on is if you're really tight in this position, we'll have some clients do some donkey kicks. So donkey kicks, most of the time people think is about strengthening the glutes and the hamstrings. Well, if you're really tight in these hip flexors, as we take that leg up into the air, we're getting a nice stretch into this hip flexor. So if you're really tight, I suggest you give this one a try. So we're going to be hands right underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. From here, I'm going to keep this knee bent, and I'm going to keep my back nice and flat. I'm not going to extend as I go. So from here, back stays flat, squeeze through the butt, try to get all the way up, and you should get a little stretch here, and you should feel the glute firing. Come back down, go through 8 of those, make sure you're hitting both sides, hit 3 sets of both of those, try those out a couple times a week maybe, and see if you get a little bit of freedom in those hips. As always, leave a comment, I'm glad to give you a hand.